Hello and welcome to Time Out, your live daily huddle with Tristan White. I am Tristan White. Today is Monday, the 29th of June. Welcome to Time Out. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the Culture is Everything crew. If you're here, if you're tuning in, I love it. If you'd hit the like button, maybe even better hit the love button so I know you're here, and type in the comments. I can't see you, you can see me. I'd love to know you're here, and if you can type in the comments to let me know, I'd really appreciate it. So I know you're here. Now, timeout is a bit like a timeout in basketball. In basketball, we have a timeout to take a moment to think through what's happening in the next play, so then we can move forward and move on with the game. We know what in timeout here, in our work, in our life, in our teams, timeout helps us to have a moment to prepare for the next day. And that's the concept of the Time Out Live Daily Huddle. They happen every weekday, Monday to Friday, 1:03 p.m. right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I am rapt to be doing it with you. Marge is here. G'day, Marge. Nice to have you with me or with us. And I can see there's a few other people coming on as we speak. Hey, in Time Out, like every day, we're going to cover three things. We're going to cover what's going on, where I share the important priorities that I'm working on in my job at the Physio Co. with you guys here at the Culture is Everything crew. And I always like to share a personal priority because I think it's important to make sure that we're balancing work and life as well. Hey, Jim's here. Nice to have you with us, Jim. Really appreciate it. I know you've been going to join for a while. And today's the day. So great to have you with us, Jim. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being part of the Culture is Everything crew. What's going on is the first part. Then we talk about where are you stuck, any challenges, roadblocks, any things that are getting in the way. And lastly, we share a good news story told through the lens of a core value. They're the three parts of the Time Out Live Daily Huddle. Now, before I start that timer in the top corner and we get in today's Monday huddle, I need to do a couple of things. Firstly, I need to tell you how I went on Friday. And that is that of the 5 priorities that I shared on Friday with you guys, I got through 4 of them. Which was a bit of progress. The one I didn't get done was some planning that I needed to do of taking the big ideas, the think big ideas from a planning session I've had with the Physio Co into actionable steps that need to happen and I need to get done in the next weeks and months. And so the problem is, I didn't do the important planning work, and therefore I'm a bit reactive and not quite as organized as I could be. So there's a learning for me in that, and I think we can all probably identify with that from time to time. Secondly, today's a special day. It's an important day, and that is that tonight I'll be live again on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to launch something new. The Culture is Everything Club is a brand new online space to support leaders to build the skill, to learn the skills, build the confidence, and be supported to be the best leader they can be. So if you're interested, check out the event on Facebook. I'd love to come for you to join me and to check out that new space I've created and to consider coming along and joining. So they are a couple of things, but we've been here for 4 minutes. I need to get started on that timer so we can get into timeout and get on with our days. So here we go. Timer is on. Welcome to Timeout for Monday, June the 29th. I'm Tristan White, and the first part of the agenda, like always, is what's going on. Now I'm going to share my priorities. I'm going to start with my priorities for the Physio Co, what I'm working on in my job as the founder and CEO of the Physio Co, a healthcare company that helps seniors stay mobile, safe and happy. And as I do that, I'd love it if you could make sure that you know what the important 1, 2, 3 priorities you're working on in this 24-hour period are. Write them down like I do if you choose to. Get them in your calendar, get them on your phone, wherever they might be, but make sure you know what they are. And then if you're interested, if you're here and you're ready to participate in timeout, like a small number of the crew have been, then feel free to put your priorities into the comments. But here we go. Here are my priorities for today. Number 1, important priority for my job at the Physio Co is to be in touch with our accountant. Today's the 29th of June. Here in Australia, the financial year ends tomorrow, the 30th of June. So I need to make sure that we're organized. We've done what we need to do to wrap up the financial year is my first priority. And the second one is that the Physio Co continues to grow and evolve as we move from the type of work we did purely in aged care facilities and nursing homes in the past, to helping seniors stay mobile, safe and happy wherever they call home, including their own houses, retirement villages, delivering online exercise classes and online consultations is an important part of where we're headed. So the Physio Co is potentially going to have a little bit of a brand refresh, and I need to have a meeting with someone who might be helping me with that at the moment. So just exploring that as for the time being. So that's my second priority. So today, 2 priorities for the Physio Co. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? What's going on with you? If you'd be brave enough and interested enough, please do pop your priorities into the comments if you'd like to. If you're not ready, if you're not quite ready to share, that's perfectly fine as well. Feel free, but whatever you do, make sure you know what your priorities are. It's such an important part of being organized, of feeling in control, of doing our best to avoid overwhelm, and also making progress in our lives, in our days, in our weeks. So that's the suggestion. As I keep going, I'm going to mention my priorities for you guys, for the work I do at the Culture is Everything crew, helping people to become the best leaders they can be, to ultimately create great places to work. And the 2 priorities that I've got today is one, to show up and to be present and to be energetic and to be clear in my communication at the launch of the Culture is Everything Club, which is happening tonight. So tonight, Monday, June 29 at 7:36 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is when that event is happening, a live stream event. And I need to make sure I'm prepared, I'm ready, I'm organised for that. So that's my first priority. And the second priority is to do the final review, the final tweaks, the final building of the inside of that online space called the Culture is Everything crew. And that's the important bit that I'm working on this afternoon. So they're my 2 priorities for the Culture is Everything crew. Hey, last one is a personal priority. Personal priority is today we've got a birthday in our family. KW, my wife, it's her birthday, so happy birthday, Kim. We've had a little celebration already this morning. We'll have another one a little bit later, but that's the personal priority, is to make sure that we acknowledge, we have some fun and make sure milestones are something that we don't let slip past. We make sure we enjoy them and get involved with the birthday celebration. So that's the 5th priority. A message from Maddie and Nina here. G'day, Maddie and Nina. Nice to have you guys at Time Out. Nice to have you along. Some little people joining in to Time Out for today. Alrighty, that is the first part of a Time Out Live Daily Huddle. What's going on? The next one we're moving on to is where are you stuck? Now, the important thing with where are you stuck is we take a moment to not only think of all the things that we need to be doing and we should be doing and we're trying to do, but we do make sure that we check what's not working, what's getting in the way, what's slowing us down, what is a roadblock that is making us stuck on our priorities. It can be something very teeny tiny, or it can be something much bigger one. Might be COVID-19 has hit us hard, we're running out of cash. It looks like if we're not careful, we don't make a change, that come the end of this year or at some period in X number of weeks or months, we're going to need more money to be able to survive and to be able to continue to lead our team and to run our business. And so maybe we need to think about talking to our banks, maybe we need to make some changes to our business, but that's a big one that could be something that we identify. Something much smaller might be that no one's been to our office for a while, again, because of COVID-19. What do we need to do? Do we need to make sure small things like the rubbish is being collected or the fridge is cleaned out or anything as seemingly small as that, but important all the same? So that's where you're stuck. My question for you is, where are you stuck? What's slowing you down? What's getting in the way? Identify it. You don't have to solve it right now, but knowing what the challenge is and knowing who you might speak to or how you might solve that is a really important part of having this time out, of stopping, checking, deciding what's the right next action, and then moving on with the important stuff. So I don't have anything where you're stuck today to share with you, except feeling a bit anxious about the launch of the Culture is Everything Club, which is happening tonight. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of work going into it. A lot of people have said that they're interested in being there, but I'm nervous about it all the same, and feeling a bit anxious is probably the only where you're stuck item that might be slowing me down at the moment. Alrighty, that's the second of the 3 parts of the Time Out Live Daily Huddle. We've got 5.5 minutes left. We're nearly there. The third part is always a good news story told through the lens of a core value. Now, core value core values, I should say, are a bit like rules, but more like guiding principles that we use in teams to make sure we select the right people, to make sure, we make sure we select the right people, to make sure we induct them, to train them, we praise them, and if need be, we redirect them to the behaviour that is needed and required. So that's what core values are. I reckon teams need between 3 and 5 core values is the right number. And so my good news story today is from a person called Jess Shambora. Now, Jess Shambora works a long way from where I do here in Foster in the most southern part of Australia. And Jess works on the west coast of the US. And Jess works in San Francisco, and she works for a company called Mighty Networks. Now, Mighty Networks is a software, and it's what I'm using to build this Culture is Everything Club, this online space for us business owners and business leaders to be able to learn the skills, build the confidence, and be supported to be the best leader we can be. And the thing is that Jess worked for Mighty Networks, and I've been building this location, online location. I did a course with them, and I've been working as hard as I can to understand Mighty Networks. And Jess has been super responsive, and part of the commitment to us is that the Mighty Networks team will be available to respond to questions and to help to guide us creators to build the communities that we're trying to create. And one of their core values is integrity. Now, integrity says we do what we say we'll do. And Jess Shambora from Mighty Networks has shown up over and over again in the course that I've been attending, in the questions I've been asking her, and even today, it might be Monday here in Australia, but it's still Sunday afternoon, or it was Sunday afternoon on the west coast of the States. But I had a question for Jess, and she responded, and she was super helpful and certainly aligned with the core value of integrity, which means she'll do what she says she'll do, live in that core value at Mighty Networks. So Jess Shambora from Mighty Networks, thanks so much for doing what you do. Love it, and you're nominated for living that core value today as part of the Time Out Live Daily Huddle. Alrighty, we are through the 3 parts with 3 minutes to spare here on Monday the 29th of June. Thanks for being here. Now there's a question from Jim, so let me check this out. Jim says, knowing each priority is the most important, so many priorities. I'm thinking you're saying that's your where are you stuck item, Jim. And if that's the case, I hear there's a long list of priorities. Firstly, is that what you mean? Is probably the first question I should ask. And secondly, if so, if that is the case, then I think the answer has to be what fits with your core purpose, your core values, and then mostly the vision or the vision of the future that you're trying to bring to life. Because it's easy to get distracted on priorities that are other people's priorities. For example, my inbox is full of other people's priorities. My email inbox is full of other people's priorities. And if I only react and respond to the messages, the emails, and the life that's happening, then I'm really only doing other people's work, and I'm not necessarily doing the important work that will be working on our business and making progress with our team. And so you've said yes, so I'm pleased we're on the right track here, Jim. So the answer is yes, we need to respond to messages, and yes, there's only so many hours in the day. And if you're flat out working with clients and managing emails and messages and recurring work, which is all very important, we have to get it done, then maybe, just maybe, one small 20-minute task each day that works us on our business might be what will fit into your life and your rhythm for the time being. And once you realize that there's 1, 2, 3 small things you can do to work on your priorities, check out your vision, decide where you're going to be headed, and then make the priorities fit to what needs to happen in that particular order. Align them to your vision is the best suggestion I can give you there, Jim. If you've got any more questions, feel free to message me. I can follow up. Happy to help you out as much as I possibly can. But with 1 minute on the clock, I need to wrap up this edition or this today's version episode. We're definitely on an episode of a Time Out Live Daily Huddle. If you've been here live, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking some time to join me for Time Out. If you're here on the replay, thanks for being here. Give us a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind to let me know you're here. Hashtag replay in the comments is always nice for me to know that you are here and you've been following. If you've got a question, you'd like to join in and share your priorities, do it in the replay as well. I promise to come back and review the comments and help you out. There is 32 seconds left on the clock. I am going to hit stop on the clock now, and if you're ready to get on with your day and got other stuff you need to do, please head off and do that. But what I'm going to do is I actually need to practice something, and that is for tonight's live stream event for the launch of the Culture is Everything Club. I need to share my screen using this program called Ecamm Live. And so we're going to wrap up Timeout now. So thank you for being here. That is the end of Timeout for Monday, the 29th of June. Get on with your day, get on with your priorities, and I'm here to support you as much as I possibly can. Next though, before we put on the music and get out of here like we normally do at this time, I was going to practice sharing the screen here in Ecamm Live. So bear with me as I try and figure this out. So let me go to camera. That's not going to work. Let me go to source, share screen. Here we go. I found the button. Let me give this a go and see what happens. So when I've clicked share screen, I've got a message that says update audio system. Okay, I'm going to click cancel on that. All right, so you can see my screen. You can see myself, which is a bit odd. What I really wanted you to see is this. Yes, so you can now see my screen, which has got the Culture is Everything Club on it. And this is something that I've been working on, and this is what I'll be launching. I need to be able to share people through this tomorrow. So, sorry, not tomorrow, tonight, 7:36 tonight. So this is great. So there we go. Here is me sharing my screen just a little bit as I practice doing that. And I'm here. You can still see me at the bottom of the screen. This is great. All right. I think I now know what I'm up to. Whoa, I zoomed. All right. Let me try and get out of here and back to the camera. Yes, I'm back. All right. If you were here and if you watched that, please let me know if you could see the shared screen. I'd really appreciate it. It was just something I was testing. But for the time being, it's the end of Timeout. It's the time to get off this live stream. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you at the launch of the Culture is Everything Club, an online space to help leaders to learn the skills, build the confidence, and be supported to become the best leader they possibly can be, and ideally create more great places to work. For the time being, catch you next time. See ya.